For sure. To my right is Denasia Hood, a COVID senior for us. And then to my left is Jada Reed, also another COVID senior for us. Both are post-grad. One's in a master's, one is working on her certificate, which is something actually before I start out talking about anything at all. I thought about this yesterday, and then I saw the student athletes' names up there. I really want people to understand that these are student athletes. And I really think it's important that folks understand a lot of these women now have had opportunity to continue their education. And I am very blessed to be on a team where we have women, who are receiving master's degrees. We have an all-conference player here who is a great student receiving her master's degree. And when you have student athletes that are receiving awards both academically and athletically, that's something that needs to be celebrated by everybody. I'll go into the game now. First off, hats off go to Southern Miss for sure. I've always had respect for Coach Joy Lee. She's an excellent coach. She's also a survivor as well. She does a great job with her program. She definitely is reloaded. I knew that the odds are going to be stacked up against us because, a lot of folks say it's hard to beat a team 3 times. It's hard to beat a team 3 times. But the one thing I never counted out was I now know for sure our team understood that. They understood that we're going to have to make certain adjustments and that we're going to have to keep the pressure on the entire time. And they also know that they have their own goals, and they took their focus maybe more off of Southern Miss and put it more on what do we need to do to keep getting better. And that's really what I appreciated in this game today because we did hit adversity, right? Adversity hit us in this game. Started out strong, and then I really challenged us at halftime. There's a lot that I was very unhappy about going into half, and then they came out and they responded like Bobcats do.
Okay, we'll open up for questions. Right here.
Charlie Latrell, Southern Miss Student Media. Just what was clicking for y'all in that third quarter, and how did you come or what adjustments did you really make to kind of turn things around?
Either one of y'all can answer. Unless you want me to. You want me to answer? Mm-hmm. Let me tell you the adjustment that I challenged them with is to do a better job defensively for sure. I thought Southern Miss was doing a great job offensively. We weren't doing a good job boxing out. We allowed second chance opportunities for them. I didn't think we did a good job making basketball decisions offensively as well. And so getting back to what we do, and that really was what was reiterated both offensively and defensively. Do what we do and do it well. And at this level, with where they are, they understand what that means. So what that means, you have to give extra effort on boxing out. What that means, you got to make the extra pass. Whether it is, one of our defensive schemes was doing something very specific with Dominique, sticking to that game plan, not diverting away, and then picking each other up. And so that's what happened out of the half. They understood it, and they went to work.
Championship game. This is for you and also the two players. Your thoughts playing in the championship game with less than 24 hours away, probably winning the championship?
Well, I'll go first, Paul, and thank you for covering us. Especially, we love to have our local news here covering us. This is the reason why I coach. The reason why I coach is because I was a mid-major student athlete who had an opportunity to win championships, and that feeling is never replaced as a coach. And so for me, I am just overjoyed, and I'm going to be going to work to make sure they have that same opportunity that I did as a student athlete, which is winning a regular season championship and giving yourself an opportunity, right, to go on and continue to play. So for me, I'm excited. I'm hyped, Paul. I'm ready to go. I am not going to sleep on this. I'm very clear about, JMU and what they're able to do and how they put away their opponent before us, right? And then it got kind of dicey there. I'm very clear that we lost to them at our place, and that game came down to the wire. I'm very clear that they got Player of the Year. There's a lot that I know that I have to do to get them ready, and then, the chips will fall where they may. The one thing I told them, and it's important to me throughout the tournament is, if you do your best, God will take care of the rest, and I really truly believe that.
Two players, can you talk about
Yeah, only talk.
Right now moving forward? Is a chance here to win the championship game and win it?
Yeah, the feeling is amazing. I mean, this is what we came back for. So we're just going to enjoy it, sitting in right now. But we're also moving on and getting ready for this championship game. So we're also locked in and getting ready to prepare.
Yeah, I would say the feeling is amazing, actually. But now it's time to lock in. Like, no more regular games. It's big time, so.
Yeah, got one here from Zoom from Colton McWilliams. Coach, what does it say about this team? You mentioned it earlier. Beating a team 3 times is hard. What does it say about this team that they were able to come out the way that they did tonight and to advance your team to the championship for the first time since 2018?
I think what's important for them to understand is that they have the ability, and that ability started within with each individual woman, and then her trusting her teammates, trusting the coaching staff, and then moving forward with that game plan, whatever that game plan might be, Colton.
And both the players.
You might need to repeat it for them.
Yeah. So, like your coach said, it's hard to beat a team 3 times. What do you think it says about this group specifically and the way that you guys were able to really put this game away?
I think it just shows that we're all fighters and that we're willing to do whatever it takes to get to that championship game, stay together, rebound, play defense. So,
Yeah, I think it just shows how good of a team we are. We've been working really hard for a really long time to get to this moment. So it's just finally showing in our game. We play together, we stay together, we pick each other up, and those are the little things that don't show up on stat sheets that we need from each other, and it comes up really big down the stretch. So we just play together. We just play together, honestly.
Yeah, Denasia, follow-up question to that. 30 points, 16 rebounds. What were you seeing out there? What felt good? Just kind of walk me through that entire game.
What felt good was in the first half, just creating those turnovers and the energy on defense and letting it translate to offense. My teammates trust me, so I just come out here and continue to try to stay consistent, make shots for us, and do whatever I can all over the floor. And they just trust me, and I really appreciate that, and I trust them. So we just kind of all come together, and it's showing.
Yeah, go ahead in the back.
Coach, it's obviously you're number 2 seeded, James Madison number 1. You expected to be here in the championship game, and how tough has it been in this tournament to get there?
Well, I'll be honest, Paul. I take it, and I've said this many times this season, I've taken it one game at a time. So I never had an expectation to be here. My expectation was I was going to do my best I could, and then I expected my players to do the best they could. So that gives us opportunity. And so opportunity was the most important thing to me as far as moving forward. Now that we've done that, we've hit adversity, we've fought back, I'm really excited about this opportunity because I'm very clear on what our Sun Belt Conference looks like. We have phenomenal teams. Coach Rigby, hats off. She's a great coach. She runs a great program. I've said this too, the way Arkansas State's bounced back and forth, right, as far as their run there towards the end. The way we've watched a tough Georgia Southern team come in and play hard. And then you add in all these new programs, right, our new teams. They've just added to the landscape of women's basketball. So for me, that's been really exciting knowing that, hey, we're all competing together at any time. If you fall asleep, you could slip. It's really been fun to battle this way. It's always exciting. So, I've been really excited about the Sun Belt and women's basketball and just the quality of basketball that we have, the quality of the teams, the way this competition is played out here in Pensacola. So I look forward to this next challenge. You kind of have a newcomer, right, and an old head. And this is going to be fun, I think, for everybody to understand that Sun Belt women's basketball deserves to have opportunities in the postseason.